Hello everyone, my name is Dominique and today I'm going to show you guys how to make breakfast pinwheels. I first learned this technique from a colleague of mine who's been catering for well over 40 years. From time to time he tries to give me tidbits on simple and easy meals that don't take a lot of preparation time and does not take a lot of cooking time. Making breakfast pinwheels are perfect for any occasion, whether you're trying to impress your girlfriend's family members, whether you're trying to impress maybe just a group of friends, or maybe you're going to some type of potluck social event where someone's asking you to bring a dish to the occasion. So for today, for breakfast pinwheels, I'm going to show you the ingredients and everything that I use for mine. And keep in mind, a lot of these products that I use are very interchangeable. So if there's certain things that you may not be able to use due to allergies and so forth, then please change them out at your own time, okay? So the main thing that you're gonna need is some Jimmy Dean's pork sausage, smoked sausage, sage sausage, whatever you want to use for sausage. Just make sure it's the grounded kind. I like to use the hot because it gives a pretty good kick and very good flavoring. The next thing that you're going to be using is Pillsbury Doughboy croissants. There's so many different types of doughs and things that you can have. Some individuals I know make dough from scratch, so definitely feel free to do that as well. But these are just easy items that you can purchase from the store. So for this particular one, it's the dough croissant sheet. But if they don't have the sheets, getting the croissant ones is fine. Just make sure that on the perforations of them that you try to keep everything close knit together. Next, you're going to be using Swiss cheese, which is, I believe, is the best cheese to use when making these croissants. And along with for these Pillsbury Doughboy pinwheels. And then you're going to get some pepper, some salt, a little bit of garlic salt, and a little bit of onion powder. So at the beginning of this process, the one thing I always say is to get the grassroots of everything needed. So we have that, we have the pan, and I've already applied the dough laid out on the sheet. You're gonna need a knife to cut open any type of bags and along with the pinwheels, a pair of scissors, and then I know it's hard to see, but there is a timer set to, I have my degrees set to 400 degrees to make sure that everything's prepared. So now let's get into actually making the pinwheels. So this is gonna be a very messy thing as well, so make sure you have you a cloth to be able to wipe your hands. So right now, I'm just going to take all of the meat out of this bag and we're going to gently smooth it across the dough sheet. So try the best you can. It does not have to be perfect, but we're going to try the best we can and just getting everything grooved out on here. And like I said, this is very messy, so any type of paper towels or cloths that you have will definitely be needed throughout this whole process. And like I said, this is such a very fun meal to do. It's so simple. If you have small children, you can teach them how to do it as well. And it kind of helps them just getting involved in doing something pretty fun for the family. So I'm just grooving this right now. It's okay if you have to pick up some and kind of move it around. Like I said, this is a very, very messy meal to make, but when it's all said and done, you will be very happy. All right, so let's just kind of get that together. I'm just grooving it as much as I can to the edges of the dough. So once I get to roll it, I'll be all set, okay? So now I have the dough all grooved out on the pan, as you can see right here. So now we're going to get to the seasonings. Like I said, season at your own discretion. We're going to start with some salt. And now some pepper. A little bit of onion powder. My suggestion for the seasonings, I never really give a specific amount. I always say just kind of do it to your liking because it really varies depending on the person. Okay, now that all of that is on there, we have seasoned the pinwheel. So next we will be taking out the cheese. So I just have the single square sheets of the Swiss cheese. All I'm doing is going to fold this into fours the best you can. and then it'll be easy to peel apart. And then you'll just gently start to apply these sheets to the meat of the pinwheel. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because once again, once this is put into the oven, a lot of these materials are going to blend all together. Alrighty. And trust me, I am definitely a cheese connoisseur. So Swiss cheese is definitely one of my favorites. All right, almost done. I'll probably say generally it takes about maybe 4 pieces of cheese to apply to it. And once you're all done, it's going to resemble like this. Okay, so now the next step is what I always say, where you have to be patient and somewhat take some of the most time while doing. So you're literally going to roll the pinwheel gently. It may break apart. It's perfectly fine. Just try to take your time in doing so. I'm going to roll that up. There you go. Going to be one big roll. So now, after you have done that, you are going to use the knife and cut the pieces. I'll probably say at least 1 to 2 inches. If you have more than one guest, maybe small parties, you can make the pieces a little bit smaller to try to help with the amount of guests that you have. I'll probably say this serving right here can serve at least 3 to 4 people with a full sheet. So we're just cutting this now. I like to do mine a little bit bigger. Maybe quote unquote because I'm a little greedy. All right, we're just cutting this down. We're almost done here. Like I said, it's okay if it falls apart a little. Just try your best to try to groove it and make sure that it's flat on the sheet. Just a couple more slices and we should be all done. The finished product is going to come out fantastic. Okay. You're going to place it so that the meat is on the top and on the bottom. So lastly, all you do is you just put the pinwheels in the oven on 400 degrees preheated for at least 25 to 30 minutes. It's okay if you run a little bit over 30 minutes if you want them to get a little extra crisp. And that is how you make pinwheels. In the video, y'all.
Didn't know if you